Alexander the Great was born in Pella, the capital of the Kingdom of Macedon, in 356 BCE. This ancient city, rich in history and culture, was the perfect backdrop for the birth of a future legend. Pella was not just a political centre, but also a hub of learning and arts, which played a significant role in shaping Alexander's early years. His father was King Philip II, a powerful and ambitious ruler. Philip was known for his military prowess and strategic mind, qualities that he would pass on to his son. Under Philip's rule, Macedon transformed from a relatively minor kingdom into a dominant power in the Greek world. His vision and relentless drive laid the foundation for Alexander's future conquests. His mother was Olympias, a woman of fierce determination and strong will. Olympias was not just a queen, but a force to be reckoned with in her own right. She was deeply religious and believed in the divine destiny of her son. Her influence on Alexander was profound, instilling in him a sense of purpose and a belief in his own greatness. Alexander's lineage instilled in him a sense of destiny and ambition. From a young age, he was aware of his royal heritage and the expectations that came with it. This awareness drove him to excel in all his endeavours, always striving to live up to the legacy of his parents. Even as a child, he displayed exceptional intelligence, charisma, and a thirst for knowledge. His education was overseen by some of the greatest minds of the time, including the philosopher Aristotle. Under Aristotle's tutelage, Alexander studied a wide range of subjects, from philosophy and science to literature and politics. This broad education equipped him with the knowledge and skills he would later use to govern and conquer vast territories. Alexander grew up in the royal court, surrounded by the political intrigue and military fervour of the Macedonian kingdom. The court was a place of constant activity, with diplomats, generals and scholars all vying for influence. This environment taught Alexander the complexities of leadership and the importance of strategy and diplomacy. He was a skilled horseman and warrior from a young age, trained in the arts of war by his father's veterans. These seasoned soldiers imparted their knowledge and experience to the young prince, preparing him for the battles that lay ahead. Alexander's physical training was rigorous, and he quickly became adept at various forms of combat. Stories abound of his precociousness, including his taming of the wild horse Bucephalus, a feat that impressed even the most seasoned horsemen. This legendary event not only showcased his bravery, but also his deep understanding of animals and his ability to inspire loyalty. Bucephalus would go on to become Alexander's trusted steed, accompanying him on many of his campaigns. This early display of mastery over the untamable hinted at the boldness and ambition that would characterize his reign. Alexander's ability to confront and overcome challenges set him apart from his peers and foreshadowed the extraordinary feats he would achieve in his lifetime. Alexander's world was one of constant change and expansion, as his father Philip II campaigned tirelessly to unite the Greek city-states under Macedonian rule. Philip's military campaigns were ambitious and far-reaching, and Alexander often accompanied his father, gaining first-hand experience in warfare and statecraft. The young prince witnessed firsthand the power of military might and the complexities of diplomacy. He observed the strategies employed by his father and his generals, learning valuable lessons that he would later apply in his own military campaigns. These experiences were crucial in shaping his understanding of leadership and governance. His father's victories fueled Alexander's own desire for conquest and glory. Each triumph of Philip's was a testament to the power and potential of Macedon, and Alexander was determined to build on this legacy. He was driven by a relentless ambition to surpass his father's achievements and carve out his own place in history. He yearned to prove himself on the battlefield and surpass even his father's achievements. This burning desire for greatness would propel him to undertake some of the most daring and successful military campaigns in history, forever changing the course of the ancient world. At the age of 13, Alexander's education was entrusted to the renowned philosopher Aristotle. This decision was made by his father, King Philip II of Macedon, who recognized the importance of a strong intellectual foundation for his son, the future ruler. For 3 years, Aristotle tutored Alexander in a secluded grove known as the Nymphaeum. This serene environment provided the perfect backdrop for deep intellectual engagement and reflection. Aristotle's teachings had a profound impact on Alexander, shaping his worldview and approach to leadership. The philosopher's influence extended beyond mere academic knowledge. It touched the very core of Alexander's character and ambitions. He instilled in his pupil a love of learning, a respect for different cultures, and a belief in the power of reason. Aristotle's emphasis on these values would later be reflected in Alexander's policies and his approach to governance. Aristotle instructed Alexander in philosophy, logic, rhetoric, ethics, politics, and the natural sciences. Each subject was meticulously covered, ensuring that Alexander had a comprehensive understanding of various fields of knowledge. He encouraged Alexander to think critically, to question assumptions, and to seek knowledge from a variety of sources. This critical thinking skill would prove invaluable in Alexander's future military and political strategies. This well-rounded education broadened Alexander's horizons and helped him to develop a sophisticated and nuanced understanding of the world. It prepared him to face the complexities of leadership and the diverse cultures he would encounter. These lessons were not merely academic. They would serve as the foundation upon which Alexander would build his empire. The principles and knowledge imparted by Aristotle became the bedrock of Alexander's strategies and decisions. Under Aristotle's tutelage, Alexander developed a deep appreciation for Greek culture and literature. This cultural immersion was crucial in shaping his identity and his vision for a unified empire. He became particularly fond of Homer's epics, the Iliad and the Odyssey, which he viewed as both literary masterpieces and practical guides to leadership and warfare. These texts provided him with timeless lessons on heroism, honor, and the complexities of human nature. The heroes of these epic poems, such as Achilles and Odysseus, became role models for Alexander, inspiring him with their courage, cunning, and determination. He saw in their stories reflections of his own journey and the qualities he aspired to embody. He saw in them reflections of his own aspirations and the challenges that lay ahead. The lessons from these epics, combined with Aristotle's teachings, equipped Alexander with the intellectual and moral tools he needed to navigate the trials of leadership and conquest. Alexander's formal education ended abruptly when his father Philip II was assassinated in 336 BCE. This tragic event marked a turning point in Alexander's life, thrusting him into a position of immense responsibility and power at a very young age. At the young age of 20, Alexander ascended to the Macedonian throne. Despite his youth, he was well prepared for leadership, having been tutored by the great philosopher Aristotle and trained in the arts of war and governance. He inherited a powerful kingdom, a well-trained army, and his father's ambition to conquer the Persian Empire. Philip had laid the groundwork for a strong and unified Macedonia, and Alexander was determined to build upon this foundation. Alexander quickly consolidated his power, quelling rebellions in Greece and Thrace. His swift and decisive actions demonstrated his capability as a leader and earned him the respect and loyalty of his subjects. He then set his sights on the east, embarking on a campaign of conquest that would forever alter the course of history. His vision was not just to conquer, but to create a vast empire that would unite the East and West. His first target was the Persian Empire, a sprawling realm that stretched from the Aegean Sea to the Indus River. The Persian Empire was one of the most powerful and wealthy empires of the ancient world, and its conquest would be no small feat. The Persians under their king Darius III were a formidable foe. Darius was a capable ruler and military leader, and he commanded a vast and experienced army. They possessed vast armies, skilled generals, and immense wealth. However, Alexander was undaunted. He believed in his destiny and the strength of his forces. He had inherited his father's military genius and had spent years studying the art of war. His education under Aristotle had also instilled in him a love for knowledge and a strategic mind. He was confident in his abilities and in the loyalty of his troops, who were eager to prove themselves under their new king. Alexander's charisma and leadership inspired his men, and they were willing to follow him to the ends of the earth. Alexander's campaigns took him across some of the most challenging terrain in the ancient world. His army traversed vast deserts, climbed treacherous mountain ranges, and crossed raging rivers, all while maintaining their fighting spirit. He led his armies through scorching deserts, across treacherous mountain ranges, and over raging rivers. The logistical challenges were immense, but Alexander's strategic brilliance and the discipline of his troops ensured their success. His soldiers faced exhaustion, disease, and the constant threat of enemy attack. The harsh conditions tested their endurance and resolve, but their loyalty to Alexander never wavered. Yet, Alexander never wavered in his determination. His unwavering resolve and personal bravery inspired his troops, who saw him as a leader who shared their hardships and led by example. He inspired his troops with his own courage and charisma, sharing their hardships and leading them to victory after victory. His ability to connect with his men on a personal level made him a beloved leader. His name became synonymous with military brilliance and unwavering resolve. Alexander the Great's legacy as one of history's greatest military leaders endures to this day, a testament to his extraordinary achievements and the empire he forged.